There is not a thing that you can buy, a house, a car, a boat, a new wardrobe, a private island. There is not a substance you can imbibe. Cocaine, heroin, methamphetamines, nicotine, caffeine, sugar, that's going to make you feel loved and worthy and complete and whole. But that's what a lot of people are doing. They're pursuing and chasing and becoming addicted to things and to substances in order to try to feel a void that has been created by a lack of knowing who we are, realizing who we are, which is a being that is intrinsically worthy. We lack nothing that is needed to be loved. We are loved. But we don't know who we are. We've forgotten who we are. And so we try to prove ourselves. We try to numb ourselves with things and with substances and by accomplishments. But there's nothing you need to prove. There is everything you need to realize and remember. Everything, as in creation, as in God, as in you are part of that. When you realize that, when you know that, you will be unshakable in your confidence, and your confidence will be real. It won't be some mask or some costume or some performance that is fragile and threatened by external things or other people. And because of that, you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. People are enslaved by their addictions, and people are addicted because they don't know who they are. Because they are incapable of loving themselves or another. So many people waste their lives away chasing after money, chasing after clout, chasing after material things, thinking that once they get that thing or enough money in the bank that they will be worthy, and at that moment they can relax and enjoy the world around them because they'll be deserving at that point because they've proved themselves. It's a trap, it's a lie, it's by design. Other men have created this system to keep other men in line and working for them to have their own will be done, and it is only men who are incapable of love, feeling love and sharing love, that would create a system such as that. All of our problems, everything, it's all rooted in a lack of love, which is rooted in a lack of self-awareness, which is rooted in a lack of knowing our Creator, that we are made in the image of, all-powerful, all-knowing, omniscient love. Everything on this planet is not love. We live in a relative existence. But wholeness, all of existence, that could be described as pure love. And we are on our way back to that, hopefully, potentially, but it starts with realizing and remembering who we are, which is part of that wholeness, part of that creation. We're all addicts, especially in this culture and in the United States. We're addicted to comfort, we're addicted to money, we're addicted to food, we're addicted to entertainment. You don't see holy men, real holy men, real wise people, sages, being slaves to the material world, slaves to addictions. Because they're not trying to fill a hole with anything. They have no hole. They are holy. They're whole in their knowing that they are a child, an instrument, a vessel of God. We all are. But when we block ourselves off to that, when we reject it, when we don't even know that that is a thing, we don't experience it. Real freedom comes in knowing that everything you need has already been provided for you. It's called life. You've been given it. And that is love. The giving of life and the supporting of life. And P.S. we are supported. Our life is supported by the air, by the water, by the land, by the fruit that grows on the trees that come up naturally out of the earth that we are all destroying because we don't know love. We don't know who we are. We're sitting in paradise. Abundance is everywhere. And we think that we're not worthy of it. And so we do all these things, we create all these hoops to jump through to impress other men so they can pat us on the back and say, wow, you're something great. We're all doing it. And we don't need to do it. We need to recognize that our brothers and sisters are intrinsically worthy of love. There's nothing they need to do to prove their value to us. There's nothing they need to do for us other than show us common decency and respect as children of God. We all have gifts. We all have unique individual perspectives, and we should value that in one another and respect it and not conform to a system that wants us all running on treadmills, chasing dangling carrots so we can fuel the vision, the ideas of another man and have another man's will be done. Another man who's devoid of love and lacks real self-confidence. That's the game we're all playing, and we're at varying degrees and levels of it. And the way we get out, the way we become free of the system, of the sickness, is to embrace our wholeness. Recognize who we are. Stop trying to prove ourselves. It's to spit in the face of God to think we need to prove ourselves by creating wealth or money or... No, we have it already. All we need to do is act in the way that God made us to be. He made us to be a part of this system, a part of nature, to act according to and in harmony with natural law. We work against it. We like to create problems so that we can solve them and pat ourselves on the back and say, wow, aren't we so smart? We're geniuses. Like, look at us, God. Look how smart we are. We made AI. Well, you never needed it. You had real intelligence. Why do you need artificial intelligence? You know, like, we got real trees that make oxygen. Why do you need a computer-generated image of a tree? Yeah, you're real great. You're real smart for being... God already knew that. He made you smart. And maybe you don't even believe in God. Well, okay. I think if you don't believe in God, you're not paying attention. But the point is that all of our problem is rooted in a lack of love. And no man can give that to you. It's already been given to you by God. It's up to you to realize it. And that takes personal responsibility and discipline. And being still and not constantly distracting yourself. And that's a challenge in this world. It's the hardest thing, but at the same time, guess what? It's the easiest because it's what we were made for. We were made for just being. Like, and part of being is also doing, but it's doing the right thing. It's doing the natural thing. It's not doing a bunch of things that this body, this mind, this brain, this heart, this nervous system is not suited for. That's what we're doing now. We're doing a bunch of things that aren't suited to us. We are now living for and supporting our technology, the technology that man made. This body is a technology. It's a technology that God made, meant to move through and interface with nature. It's perfect for doing that. So why don't we use it for that? And when we do, I think we will come to find that life is intrinsically rewarding, and we will fall in love with life and being part of life, being life. We will love ourselves, and we won't need to be slaves to this system.